Hello friends, today I will explain the provisions of CSR Corporate Social Responsibility in detail as per the Companies Act 2013. I already uploaded the video for CSR with the same contents, but due to the low audio quality I am re-recording this particular content. CSR is nothing but the corporate giving back to the society. CSR is the company's way of managing their business in order to produce the overall positive impact on the society. The CSR has a root from two sources, one from section and another from schedule. Section 135 contains the provisions related to the applicability of CSR, CSR committee, CSR policy and the penalty for the contravention of Section 135. Schedule 7 contains the activities which may be included by the companies in their corporate social responsibility policies. Applicability of CSR provisions. To whom the CSR provisions will apply? The CSR provisions is applicable to the companies which fulfills any of the following criteria during the immediately preceding financial year. The criteria is as per the section 135 subsection 1, every company having a turnover of 1000 crores or more, or the net worth of rupees 500 crore or more, or the net profit of rupees 5 crore or more. Any company satisfying any of these any one of these three conditions has to be comply with the provisions of CSR. Please make a note that this limit also applies to the holding company, subsidiary company and also to a foreign company having a branch office or project office in India. For how many years the company has to comply with the CSR provisions. The company has to comply with the CSR provisions until they ceases to satisfy the specified criteria for a continuous period of 3 years. Now let's see the composition of CSR committee. Composition as per the Act comprising of 3 or more directors with at least one independent director. Composition should be disclosed in the annual board report. Company-wise composition rules. For example, in case of an unlisted public company or a private company, it is not required to appoint the independent director. In this case, the company can compose the CSR committee without independent director. In case of a private company, only having only two directors can compose the committee with such two directors. In case of a foreign company, the committee shall comprise of two persons, out of which one person shall be specified under section 381D of this Act. Another person shall be nominated by the foreign company. The person specified under section 381D is if the foreign company is establishing the place of business in India, the minimum one resident Indian should authorize the operations of the company in India. The main functions of the CSR committee are listed here. First function is to formulate and recommend the board the CSR policy of the company, which shall indicate the activities that are to be undertaken by the company under CSR policy, and they recommend the amount of expenditure that are to be incurred on the activities described in the CSR policy. Third important function is to monitor the CSR policy from time to time, whether the amount allocated for the CSR policy is spent accordingly. Already we seen that the activities that are considered as CSR activities are given in the Schedule 7 of Companies Act. Now let's have a look on Schedule 7. These are some of the activities listed in Schedule 7. Eradication of extreme hunger and poverty, promotion of education, gender equity and women empowerment, reducing the child mortality and improving the maternal health, combating the HIV or AIDS and maternal and other diseases, environmental sustainability, social business projects, employment enhancing vocational skills, contribution to Prime Minister's Relief Fund and other state and other funds. Other matters as may be prescribed. Whom will prescribe this other matters is the central government or the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. The central government or Ministry of Corporate Affairs will notify the activity to be qualifying for CSR from time to time. These are some of the activities that are notified recently. The measures for the benefit of Armed Forces veterans, war widows and their dependent, Central Armed Police Forces CAPF and Central Paramilitary Forces CPMF veterans and their dependents including widows, rural development projects, disaster management including relief, rehabilitation and reconstruction activities, Prime Minister's Citizen Assistance and Relief in Emergency Situations Fund, slum area development. Please note that the company shall always give preference to the local area and the areas around where it operates. As per the clarification notification issued by Ministry of Corporate Affairs on 18th June 2014, the following two events are not qualifying for CSR activity. One-off events such as marathons, awards, charitable contribution, advertisements, sponsorship of TV programs, etc. do not to be qualified as a part of CSR expenditure, and the expenses that are incurred by the companies for the fulfillment of any act or statute of legislation is also not counted for CSR expenditure. The amount spent for the welfare of employees is also not qualified for CSR expenditure. Kindly all people note that I mentioned the section number in the blue color at the top of each slide. Please make a note of it so that it will be easier for you to remember these sections while reading the provisions. So what are the compliances that are to be followed by the companies which are obliged to follow the CSR provisions? The company must spend in every financial year at least 2% of average net profits of the company made during the three immediately preceding financial years. Or if the company is the newly incorporated company, then since from its incorporation. If a company has its website, then the CSR policy and the CSR report containing all the details of CSR has to be made available in the company's website. It is for the informational purpose of stakeholders. The annual board report attached to the financial statement is also to be included with the annual report of CSR. This point is important. If there is any unspent amount at the end of the financial year, unspent amount means the amount which is allocated for the CSR policy but it remains unspent at the end of the financial year. That unspent amount is to be transferred to the special account called Unspent Corporate Social Responsibility Account within 30 days from the end of the financial year. What are the contents that are to be included in the annual report on CSR activities? A brief outline of the company's CSR policy, which includes the overview of projects or programs that are proposed to be undertaken by the company. The composition of the CSR committee. Who are the members of the CSR committee? The average net profit of the company for the last 3 financial years. Why this is important is from this average net profit of 3 years, they are allocating at least 2% for the CSR policy. Prescribed CSR expenditure in amount, which means in rupees. The details of CSR spent during the financial year. In case the company has failed to spend the 2%, then the company has to provide the reason for not spending the amount in its board report. The responsibility statement of the CSR committee that the implementation and monitoring the CSR policy or is in the compliances of the CSR objectives of the company. Penalty for contravention of CSR provisions. For company, the fine of rupees 50,000 which may extend up to rupees 25 lakhs. And for the persons who is in default is punishable with the imprisonment for a term which may extend up to 3 years or the fine of rupees 50,000 which may extend up to rupees 5 lakh or with both. Note the above penalty is as per the Companies Amendment Act 2019. CSR portal. The government has recently launched the National CSR portal at www.csr.gov.in. The National Corporate Social Responsibility Data Portal is an initiative by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Government of India, to establish a platform to disseminate the corporate social responsibility related data and informations filed by the companies registered in India. The National CSR portal has all the data related to the CSR activities in India. I try my best to cover all the concepts relating to CSR. If you think that I miss any concept, kindly let me know it in the comment section. This video is about 12 minutes in which you will complete one chapter in company law. Thanks for watching. Kindly do subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for further updates. See you all in the next video. Thank you.